Hello and welcome. Today's topic is our development of the reproductive system part 1. At the end of the 5th week of intrauterine life, primordial germ cells migrates towards the genital ridge and forms primitive sex cord. So what is primordial germ cell? I told you in my earlier videos, you already know that. What is genital ridge, how it forms? I told you in my earlier videos, you already know that. Now, try to understand one chart. Before I proceed further, you have to understand that differentiation of the gonads or identification of the sex. See, a very basic common sense that during intercourse or during sexual activities without condom, the sperm from the man gets inside the uterus of the female and then it goes into the fallopian tube and it meets the ovum, which is recently released from the ovary. Okay. Now, the sperm consists of 23 sets of chromosome along with the X and Y chromosome, and the ovum also consists of 23 sets of chromosome along with the XX chromosome. Okay. So, what is chromosome? I already told you in the beginning of my anatomy videos, but still I will talk about details in genetics chapter, not here. The sperm and ovum combines together and forms zygote. Now, what will be the sex of the zygote? Is this going to be male or female? It depends on the Y chromosome. Now, Y chromosome is the decision maker because it has testis determining factor or TDF, which is controlled by the SRY gene, okay, which presents in the short arm of the Y chromosome. Okay, there are thousands and thousands different types of genes present in the one single chromosome. I will talk about these things in genetics in details. This entire phenomena occurs during the 7th to 8th week of intrauterine life. Okay. Now, if testis determining factor or TDF releases, then testis will form in the right side, left side, and it will form the Sertoli cells and Leydig cells. These are very important cells present in the testis. Now, Leydig cell will release the testosterone hormone. It's very important hormone which stimulates the growth of the Wolffian duct or mesonephric duct, ultimately forms the entire structure of the testis. This Leydig cell also secretes the dihydrotestosterone. It's a byproduct of the testosterone. It helps to form the penis, prostate and scrotum. Sertoli cells also releases the anti-Mullerian hormone. For this hormone, Mullerian duct or the paramesonephric duct gradually decreases or diminishes or regresses. To understand this point, you have to see there. If testis determining factor TDF does not releases, then ovary forms each side, right side, left side. So there will be no anti-Mullerian hormone because there is no Leydig cell, no Sertoli cell. Fine. Along with the maternal estrogen, this Mullerian duct or paramesonephric duct modifies into uterus. It forms the right side, left side fallopian tube. It forms the clitoris. It forms the vagina. All these things anatomy I told you in my earlier videos. This testis, penis, prostate, scrotum, all these things anatomy I told you in my earlier videos. You guys know everything about these things, okay? These are normal basic things. And this is the overall basic point of the embryology. How the determination of the sex of the zygote occurs, okay? Now, development of the testis. Testis develops from the middle of the genital ridge of the primitive gonads due to the influence of the TDF at lumbar region, okay? In genital ridge, this primitive sex cord forms and extends caudally, not cranially, downwards, okay, to form the medullary cord, which ultimately modifies into primitive testis. Now, these near the hilus recently formed primitive testis, from the inside it gets canalized, okay, to form the seminiferous tubule and the retitestis. About this seminiferous tubule, retitestis, you already know about these things because I told you these things in my earlier anatomy videos of the testis, okay. In the 7th week of intrauterine life, adjacent mesenchymal cells condensation occurs around the testis to form a fibrous septum or fibrous layer, which ultimately known as tunica albuginea. Now, 12 to 15 mesonephric tubules forms the efferent ducts, and at the end of the 3rd month, the remnants of the Wolffian duct or the mesonephric duct, it forms epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicles and ejaculatory duct. About all these structures, I talked about these things in my earlier anatomy videos of the testis, okay? Descent of the testis. How this testis gets down in the scrotum from the lumbar region, okay? See, the first point is the differential growth of the body wall dorsally. Posterior wall of the body, it grows differentially from the anterior body wall, okay? The second point is the formation of the inguinal bursa, which leads to formation of the inguinal canal at anterior abdominal wall. So, anatomy of this inguinal canal, you already know that. Anterior abdominal wall, you already know that. A mesenchymal band attached with the lower pole of the testis to the bottom of the scrotum. Now, due to the differential growth of the body, what happens? the embryo grows rapidly upward, but the mesenchymal band grows slowly. Due to the slow growth, the body wall grows cranially, it goes upward, but due to the attachment of this mesenchymal band to the lower pole, it holds the testis its same position, and due to the slow growth, it remains downward. So this mesenchymal band is also known as gubernaculum. Formation of the processus vaginalis, which covers the tunica vaginalis. Now this tunica vaginalis ultimately covers the tunica albuginea. Okay, testis has so many layers. Okay, first this tunica albuginea, it is covered by the tunica vaginalis. It is also covered by the processus vaginalis. So all these things I talked about in testis anatomy videos. Okay, gradual increase of the abdominal pressure, androgen hormones in blood, along with the increase of the core body temperature. Sixth point is the secretion of the calcitonin gene related peptide CGRP from the genitofemoral nerve causes the rapid contraction of the cremaster muscles. Okay, so about this cremaster muscle anatomy, you already know that. Now this calcitonin gene related peptide CGRP, we'll talk about details in physiology and biochemistry chapter, not here. See, at the third month, the testis in the right side left side presents at the iliac fossa. At the 6th month of the intrauterine life, testis comes deep inguinal ring. At the 8th month of the intrauterine life, this testis in the right side left side comes to the superficial inguinal ring, and at the end of the 9th month, testis presents in the scrotum. So this is the overall development of the testis. Now all the abnormalities related with the testis, we'll talk about details in the clinical chapter, not here. Anyway, see you in my next video. Till then, bye.